Alrighty, June is here, and I started off June 1st here with 10 movies. I've just got 10 movies I'm going to go through. I had some time to kill at in Hoptown. I was getting my oil changed and a bunch of recalls done on my truck. And I went to a bunch of different thrift stores, but I actually found 9 of these movies at Game Exchange. They were doing buy two, get three. And we're going to go through those first. And also, the Game Exchange guy was really cool because, you know, he was supposed to be lowest free, but he actually gave me one of the 4Ks for free, which was awesome. So it ended up being like $23 off, which is a pretty good deal. So let's go through these. There's nothing too crazy, but started off with a 4K copy of Solo. This was the last new Star Wars that I needed to get in 4K. So now I have all of the new movies in 4K. This actually did not have the digital copy, but it had the slip, so I thought worth it for $12.99. Mamma Mia, I think this was my free one, but it was also $12.99. But I actually had the original in 4K, but then I had Here We Go Again in regular Blu-ray. I don't know, come at me, but I really like the Mamma Mia movies. I don't know why. I don't know, but I like them. They're good musicals, and this one in particular I do really like, and I wanted to have a matching 4K. So that was a little bit of OCD there, but not like those movies have to be in 4K, but I wanted them both to be in 4K. This was a Blu-ray upgrade, continuing on, trying to get all my Marvels. I like this slip, and this one actually did have a working code in it too, so awesome. $12.99 for that one. And then finally, this one was $20, which is a lot for this movie, but the digital code worked, so it was like I was basically like it was getting it brand new, and it's still like $30 everywhere. And I have been noticing that Disney does not print as many 4Ks as they used to. Like Elementals, I can't find that anywhere on 4K, and it's super expensive. So I didn't want to wait too long and this to actually be worth money. Now that I've said that, though, it'll probably next week get dropped down to like $5 because not a lot of people actually like this movie. I didn't hate it, but yeah. So now all I need is Guardians 3, and then I'll have all the Marvel movies. Of course, I do need still a bunch in 4K though too. So we'll see. Now getting into the $5.99 movies, I got War of the Worlds. This was a DVD upgrade. I have not seen this movie in a really long time. Is that Dakota Fanning? I feel like that's Dakota Fanning in there. I don't remember loving this movie, but I don't hate it either. This would be a good one if I'm going to do like a Steven Spielberg thing. This will probably be one to rewatch and see if I still feel the same way. Wind Talkers. I really like this movie. I've not seen it in a long time either, but another $5.99 movie. This is a Nick Cage, John Woo war film. I've not seen it in a long time. The Proposal. I have only seen this movie once. I don't really remember it a whole lot. I know a lot of people love this movie. Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds. Thought it was worth the $5.99. And actually, this one was probably the free one, if I remember correctly. One of the free ones. Perfect Storm. This was another DVD upgrade. I actually had this on DVD. I've not watched it in a long time. George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg. I remember this is a pretty good movie, though. So, another one. May watch this one on Disaster Month in July. I add that to the rotation. Another war movie. This is We Were Soldiers. Another DVD upgrade. Had this on DVD. Wanted to upgrade to the Blu-ray. Haven't seen this one in a while either. Actually, don't remember this one much. I remember Wind Talkers more than I remember this one. But gonna have to check that out eventually. And that was free too. And then finally, about a 10th movie here. This was on sale, super cheap. The YouTuber was like going through super cheap Blu-rays on Amazon. I think it was down to like $4 or $5 for new. And then I actually had some points, so I actually got this for like $2, which to me definitely worth $2. I actually really enjoyed this movie. This is only like a year or two old kind of rom-com where Jennifer Lopez is like a super famous pop star and he's just your normal guy, and they end up kind of having a thing for each other. I thought their chemistry and stuff was really good. So I really liked this movie, and thought it would be good to add to the collection, especially for $2.
All right,
So
I got some big changes coming to the old collection here, and I thought I don't know, videotape what I plan to do so I could see what it used to look like, so then I can be like, oh, it does look so much better. So currently right now I have my PS3 shelf, which is going to pretty much stay the same. Then I have DVDs, and I have been working on getting rid of, I mean, I used to have DVDs all the way down to the bottom down here, so now that I've got only basically 2 rows of DVDs, I haven't 100% decided what I'm doing with them, but they are going to go away. And the pops on the top, I just installed those shelves up there. So I think these pops, along with probably some more, are going to move up there on those shelves. And then these DVDs are going to go somewhere. I may stack them vertically right there. It's going to look stupid, but I don't know. I haven't decided. Anyways, then my entire PS2 collection, which was over here, is going to go over there to basically the 4 rows. That row, that row, that row, and that row. And that still, if I remember correctly, will leave me tons of room for more PS2 games. And then my PS1 games are going to go on the top shelf, where those pops are. Which there'll be some extra room up here. I haven't decided. Then I'm going to move basically half of these PS4 games up here. So this will be PS5 and PS4. That gives me room for quite a bit more PS4 and PS5, but I have kind of thought that if I get more, I may be moving my PS5 up to the top. We'll see. And then that's going to have basically 4 rows empty after I do all that right here. And as you can see, my main Blu-ray collection is almost full. And look how many rows there are. 4. So my plan or idea is to have it start in this corner and go all the way around 4 rows alphabetically. Which, in theory, I'm thinking once I add these 4 rows, it's really going to free up space. I know the bottom row will probably be completely empty for a while, but then also I think I'll get some of that 3rd row, maybe the whole 3rd row. And then what I'm going to do on this bottom shelf down here, where I just basically have a box of stuff, I'm going to put that up somewhere. I'm going to put all my TV. So I do have a little bit of TV right there. In the process of making room for my Blu-rays, and move my PS2 games and PS1 games over here, right next to the PS3 games, so everything PlayStation. But I had a temporary tower of DVDs that just collapsed and scared the shit out of me. So I don't know where I'm going to put these yet. Alright, after a long, hard day, I got, this is what I'm going to call the PlayStation corner. Got PlayStation 3. Got PlayStation 1 on top there. Got PlayStation 2. And over here, I got PlayStation 4 and 5. Then what I did was I carried over the 4 rows. There's actually a row down there. There's nothing in it. Of movies. Alphabetically, they carry over all the way to over there. And then I ended up putting the DVDs in the bottom row till I get rid of them. And I put my TV down here. And then I got a ton of pops on the wall now. Got my Lord of the Rings, Stranger Things. Got some just random stuff. Got some new stuff down here. Die Hard. Got my Zorro stuff. Got my Jurassic Park. I like that Jurassic Park pop. Frozen. Superbad. Alright guys, it is 6:17. I've got a lot of stuff, but I'm getting ready to go on a work trip. Doubt I'm going to have a whole lot of time to get movies and games and stuff. And then July will be here, and I do have something insane planned for July, but I'm going to hold my tongue on that for right now. So, we got a bunch of stuff to go through. I'm probably going to go through some of this stuff pretty quick because
I want to focus on the stuff I actually care about the most. This stack right here of stuff I got at some different Goodwills. I went thrifting the other day. This brand new sealed Google Home Mini I got for $7. I haven't not looked up what it's worth yet. I'm getting ready to list all this stuff, but my guess it's at least worth $20, right? Google Home Mini. I'm an Alexa user, so I'm just going to sell that and hopefully make a little bit of profit. Same with, I'm not a 360 user. Found Liberty City Stories. It was $5.99 at Goodwill. I think this is worth a little bit of money. So I'm gonna plan on selling that. I don't know if I'm gonna list this or bundle this with something else that I got that I'll show off here in a minute, but I'm gonna sell it because I don't have a Wii. I'm gonna sell this one. Jackbox game. I do have the Jackbox game. Some of them are digitally, and then my sister, she has them all digitally too through Steam. We played the heck out of Jackbox. I didn't even know they made physical versions of Jackbox, honestly. They probably don't anymore. This was one I thought about keeping only because I don't have it in the collection, and I do collect for PS2. But I got it for $5.99, and it's worth like $25-ish, I think. So I think I'm gonna sell it because it's gonna be forever before I'm ever to play that, and I'd rather take that money and get PS2 games that I actually want. Same with this. Like, I don't think this is worth but maybe like $10 or $15, but I was like, I don't know if I really want this in the collection. I'd rather sell it, take the money, and get things that I actually want in the collection. Speaking of that, I got this at Game Exchange for $7. I have this digitally on PS4. I never was too big of a fan of Final Fantasy 15, but honestly, I probably only played a couple hours. And this is the deluxe steelbook. It's complete. I thought $7. Gotta add this to the collection. So this one I'm actually going to keep and put in the collection because one day I may actually go back and try to play Final Fantasy 15 again. All right, and then I'm going to go over here and show. So I went to a yard sale and got this Sega Genesis. I have been wanting to add a Genesis to my collection. This was only $10, but it doesn't have any of the hookups or anything. So I went to Game Exchange. These were $5 each. So now I have $20 into the Genesis. I actually have not tested it yet. It's dusty, but I looked in the little connectors, and I have a feeling it's going to work. I have a feeling. But I don't have a game to test it with yet, so I'm going to have to get me a Genesis game. I really want ToeJam and Earl. That's my favorite Genesis game. And then I got this at a Goodwill for $50. It is a black Wii with all the hookups, no controller, though. I don't know if there's actually a game in there or not. I'll figure that out when I actually test it. But I thought $50, I bet I could sell. I think I've sold Wii's before for a little over 100. So I feel like I could double my money, and I actually might have some Wii controllers to bundle with that, so I won't even have to buy that. So that is it for the stuff that I'm going to sell. Now on to some other goodies. All right, now for the good stuff. I say the good stuff. The movies that I got. I found some really awesome deals that I'm pretty excited about. So we're going to go through all this stuff. Some of these, especially these first like 5 or 6, are just Goodwill pickups. This was actually a brand new sealed copy of Valkyrie. I already had Valkyrie, but this came with digital copy, the DVD, and my other one was a crappy rental copy. It's hard for me to pass up. If it's 99 cents, I'm going to pick it up. Because to me, it's worth more than 99 cents, and I will do like a condition upgrade on what I currently have at minimum. If I have it already, then I'll just trade it in or sell it. Same what I did with Hangover here, 99 cents, and it came with the slip, and I was right. When I got home, I did not have the slip, so I was like, sweet. So it was a little bit of a condition upgrade. This was a good deal, even though I'm not a big fan of this movie, but I have Transformers The Last Night on Blu-ray, or I did. This was 99 cents for a 4K copy of Transformers Last Night. So this was a upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K. This was 99 cents and I didn't have it. I do remember going and seeing this with Darth Easy way back in the day when we were first started to hang out. I don't remember. I like Kevin Hart. Who knows? If I remember correctly, they're not awful. So I thought for 99 cents, it's worth it. 99 cents that I didn't, have never seen this movie. And I was like, oh, I'll take a Dwayne Johnson, Billy Bob Thornton. It's the best straight up action film of the year. I'll be the judge. I really like the one where he's a chef, and what's his name's got a whip. I'm blanking on it, but I know you know what I'm talking about. That's probably one of my favorite Rock movies or Dwayne Johnson movies. This I actually got at Game Exchange for $12, or $12.99 or $11.99. I actually had the first two Ip Man movies on DVD. This is the trilogy on Blu-ray, so it was an upgrade, and I went ahead and got it. This also, I think, was sealed, so I haven't seen those movies in forever, so I'm looking forward. I'm going to have, because I've been getting a lot of, like, kung fu, fighting, martial arts movies, and I have to have, like, that be my theme for a month and just watch through a bunch of them. This was another condition upgrade. It was 99 cents at a Goodwill, and once again, it worked out for me because the other version I had was like a rental version, and this is the actual complete version with a slip, and it's even like almost a shiny slip, which I like. Next up, I got Groundhog Day on 4K. I think I get this on Macari for $10. I didn't own it, and I had been wanting to watch it again, so I was like, oh, I'll take the 4K version for $10. Not bad. This I bought. I had this on DVD. It had been in my Amazon cart. I think it went on sale for around $15, so I grabbed it. This was my favorite Tarantino movie until Kill Bill came out. It's my second favorite, but I do love this movie, and I wanted to upgrade the DVD, and so I got the 4K for about $15-ish. Now starts, so I went to Big Lots. If you go back a couple months ago, or 3 or 4 months, it's probably like in January, actually, I went to a bunch of Big Lots, got a couple titles. It's kind of some of the same. Well, about a week or so ago, I went into a Big Lots. It's kind of every 2 months or so I've been checking, and there was a ton of new stuff. So I picked up a bunch. They were different prices. I mean, they ranged from $7.99 all the way down to like $2.99. I'm not going to go into each one. I spent I don't remember because I got other stuff at here. And then also this day they were doing 20% off of everything. So, I'll look up the Pig movie, for instance. Yeah, the Pig was $3.99. It was $4.99 and then 20% off, so it made it $3.99. So I did get Pig. Never seen this movie. I always kind of wanted to watch it. I'm a big Nick Cage fan, obviously, and I thought, heck, for $3.99, I'm going to give that a go eventually. I've heard very mixed things about it. Batman and Robin, this was the only Batman film I didn't have, and so now I do. Like I said, this was probably a $2.99, $3.99, $4.99 one. And now I have every Batman movie. Yay me. That is actually my least favorite Batman movie. Side Effects. This is another Big Lots pickup. I had not seen it. I looked up the Rotten Tomato score. It was pretty good. And that cast, I mean, Jude Law, Rooney Mara, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Channing Tatum. I thought, this has got to be one heck of a movie, right? I've never seen it. I'm going to check it out at some point in time. This one, I feel like I've seen, but I couldn't really remember it. And it's directed by Jon Stewart, which I thought was cool. I really do like Steve Carell. And so I thought, why not? Who knows? This was probably like a $2.99 one, so I was like, might as well grab it. Blinded by the Light. I saw this once in theaters. I did enjoy it. Picked it up at Big Lots for cheap. Also, Fences. Saw this once in theaters. Really enjoyed it. This is a really good movie. Both of these, Denzel and Viola Davis, kill it in this movie. This is also one of those movies, though, that like the performances are stellar, but is this one that I'm going to want to watch over and over again? No. But for $2-3, I'm adding it to the collection. Same with Just Mercy. Went and saw this in theaters. I really liked it. Brie Larson gets a bad rap. she can act. She can. And I remember she was pretty good in this. But Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx are also really good. And another cheap pickup to add to the collection. I have been getting some anime because I'm getting ready to do a little rearranging of my collection. And I'm going to separate out different anime, and I'm going to watch stuff, and I want to try new stuff. And this was one that was probably more on the expensive end, as probably $8 or $9 for this movie, but it sounded interesting. So I figured I'd try it at least once, and then if I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. Another Big Lots purchase. And this was another Big Lots. This is actually a TV show, anime, and also had a cool story that sounded interesting. And this one was, I think, $12 at Big Lots. Of course, not counting the 20% and everything, but sounded interesting. This one, I think, was $10. So $8 probably with my 20% off. I had this movie on regular Blu-ray. Didn't have the 4K. I was like, you know what? For $8. Like I said, in December, we're doing a Lion King. We're going to watch the animated movies, the live action. We're going to do the whole thing to get ready for Mufasa. So, I'm going to have it added into the 4K. All right, these last 5 movies, I went to this thrift store that I hadn't been to in about a year or so. They have this back corner where they put all the movies. It's super dark back there. Went back there not expecting to find much because I never really have before, and kind of hit the jackpot, honestly. So these were cool finds. Everything at this thrift store was, I think, $6, and then they also did something where I got one of them free. So it really ended up being like $5 for each of these, and some of these are really cool. So Baby Driver in 4K with the slip for $5. I had Baby Driver on Blu-ray, so this is an upgrade. Awesome. I love that movie. Also, one of my favorite movies, Hell or High Water. I had it on Blu-ray. Got this now 4K with the slip for $5. I was like, heck yeah. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and this is like the Digibook thing where it's got like a little, I don't know, informational with some pictures and stuff inside of it. I've never actually seen Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters, I went to theaters and saw like the 25th anniversary or something, or the 30th anniversary. And then I've seen all the new Ghostbusters, but never watched the second one. I didn't love the first one. That's probably why I never went and watched the second one. But I was like, hey, now I'll have all the Ghostbusters in my collection. Actually, I don't have the female one, but I will get it one day, probably, for 99 cents. That's as much as I'll pay for it. This was cool. Once again, it's kind of a weird one. I've seen Back to the Future 1 and 2. I never watched the third one. I did enjoy Back to the Future more than Ghostbusters for sure. But this Steelbook trilogy set for $5, I was like, heck yeah. Add that to the collection all day. Loved that. Those are Blu-ray though, not 4K. Actually, and this I actually got at Big Lots. It was a Steelbook upgrade. I had Hangover. Once again, I think it was like a rental version of Hangover, so this was a good upgrade to go Steelbook. Lost my screen there for a second. I thought the Steelbook was kind of cool. I liked the first Hangover a lot. I enjoyed the second one too. Third one, not the best. And then last but not least, and this is actually going to be a sale, this was my last find at that thrift store for $5. And I thought, oh, this is probably worth some money. It's sealed. Got online. This sucker had sold a couple days before on eBay for $150. So apparently it is rare and out of print. So I have listed it. I have not sold it yet for that much, but I will start coming down, because like I said, I paid $5 for it. So I will come down, hopefully I'll get at least 100 out of it is what I'm hoping. All right. I thought I was done, but of course I went to go see a couple movies. And when I did, I stopped by some of my favorite thrift places and kind of hit the jackpot on some stuff. So we're going to go through a bunch of this stuff pretty quick so that I can get this video published. First of all, I went to one of my favorite thrift stores, and they have they're notorious for having their games, movies, everything to $1, sometimes even less, because a lot of times they have half off. And they had just gotten in a slew of games. And so I went ham because that's what I do. If the discs weren't all scratched up and it wasn't like a sports game, I grabbed it up. So, and some of this stuff I've already actually sold. So everything here is $1. Tetris Attack, I already sold this. I think this was $12 game, so not crazy. This game I think is like 45-ish. I have it listed already. Buck, not bad. I don't collect Nintendo handhelds, so all these are going for sale. Metroid Zero Mission, $1. I think this was my most expensive game, like around $60 game right there, loose. So yeah, when I said I was hitting the jackpot. Mega Man Extreme, another $20-$30 game if I remember correctly. Same thing with Driver. I think maybe Driver was a $10-$12 game. But I got it for $1. I already have it listed. Dragon Warrior Monster, which if I think I understand, this is some kind of either early adaptation of Pokemon or a Pokemon ripoff or something. But anyways, got that for $1. So all those I have listed up for sale. I also got some sealed. This is actually from a Goodwill. This was $5.99 for this sealed Disney Princess collection. I looked it up on Walmart. It's $20 new. So I thought, well, for $5.99, see if I'll sell it. I don't need it. I have all of these movies, but you know, same. This one was $1 or $1.99, I think, and it was sealed. I don't like this movie, so I'm not keeping it in the collection. Put it up for sale. Back to some dollar games. Lord of the Rings, War of the North. I think this was like a $15 game. Black Ops. I think this was like a $10-$12 game for $1. Black Ops 2, a $15 game for $1. And then Backbreaker, I think this was like a $20-$25 game that I got for $1. The cover's a little wrinkled, but other than that, it's fine. The disc was in good shape. So it doesn't stop there. So some of the games I kept for myself. Actually, this one came from a game store I got for $6 because I got this a while ago, but I was in a bad boys mood, obviously, and I was like, ooh, I've never played this game. It's probably awful, especially for $6, but grabbed it to add it to the collection. Grabbed this for $1 to add to the collection. I have all the SingStar games, and I didn't have this one. And for $1, I was like, heck yeah. This was another $1 game I'd never heard of, but add it to the collection. Good condition. Brave, The Search for the Spirit Dancer. Another $1 game. This one I think is like a $20-$25 game, maybe more. But I'm going to go ahead and just add it to the collection. Garfield Lasagna World Tour. And this was another $1 game. Shrek Super Slam. I think I played this before, but for $1, and I didn't have it in the collection, so now I do. I went to a different thrift store and got these next two games. Never Dead was one. I think they were under 15 each, and I think both of them were more than that. This one's like a $20 game, I think. I'm going to add it to the collection because I don't have it. Never heard of it. Heard of this game before. I recased this game, but the manual and disc all looked in great shape. So for around 15, and I think this was like a $25-$30 game to add to the collection. Black Label. All right, and then finally, I've got a bunch of movies. These were all, I'm pretty sure, Goodwill pickups. So $1.99 each, maybe, or $1 each. I can't remember which Goodwill I got them at. The Last Starfighter. I've heard people talk about this movie before. 1984. Never seen it. Always kind of been curious. So for $1.99, thought why not? Couples Retreat. I've seen this once. I'm still stacking up comedies. Vince Vaughn I do like. I don't really remember it, so might be worth the $1. Ava, I've seen this all over the place. This is like a cheaper movie, but it's got a cool cast, and it's kind of a action-y, hitman-y kind of movie. So I thought for $1, it's worth checking out, maybe. Baby Mama, this is a DVD upgrade for $1. I don't really remember it, but I had it on DVD, so. 9 I had on DVD. I don't remember liking this movie very much, but I thought for $1 I'd upgrade it and give it another chance one day. Identity Thief. This one was one I've seen once before. Once again, don't really remember it. Really like Jason Bateman, though, and I do like Melissa McCarthy sometimes. She's kind of a mixed bag for me. So I don't know. Rewatch it again, another comedy. This was another blind buy. I haven't seen this movie. I've heard people talk about it, though, that it's actually pretty good. I like Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne, and I like these kind of movies. So for $1, I was like, sure, why not? Add it to the collection. This is a brand new sealed movie with the slip for $1. Heck yeah. I saw this once, I think in theaters, but I remembered enjoying it, but not enough that I was searching it out. But for $1, I was like, yeah, I'll add that to the collection. And then finally, I did already have this as a live action Beauty and the Beast, but it was like $1 and it had the slip, and I was correct. The one copy I had did not have the slip. So it's basically just condition upgrade. And that is it for the month of June. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.